It's an amazing Thursday morning in Nigeria, and it's a beautiful Thursday morning rather. I keep saying Monday, well, because I love Mondays, and we are excited to be on your screens this morning. This is iBrand Daybreak, where we dish you the latest happenings in the world of politics, entertainment, business, and what have you. My name is Margaret Opara, and yes, Michael Nats is with me in the studio today. Good morning, Michael.
Hello, good morning, Margaret.
Mondays, I don't know what's with me and Mondays, you know.
Later, we're definitely going to find out. You keep mentioning Monday every day. I'm going to find out what really is so special about Monday for you.
Well, it's a step to the weekend, and I'm excited. Yeah.
So we're here again to do it the way we do it every morning within the weekdays to bring you juicy packages on our show, Daybreak. And here are some of the things to expect on the show today. We have news update, newspaper review, topic of discussion, which we'll get to find out. We have guests. Well, everything's happening within house, entertainment corner, and of course, Tweet Central. We are starting right away with the news update. The Nigerian Army says the troops of Operation Hadinkai have on Wednesday inflicted heavy casualty on Islamic State West Africa province terrorists. The army also claims that more than 50 of the terrorists died in the encounter in Damboa, Borno State. The Director, Army Public Relations, Brigadier General Muhammad Yerima, said in a statement the operation was carried out in conjunction with the air component of Operation Hadinkai. Yerima said the terrorists launched a futile attack on the town in multiple waves with armored personnel carriers and 12 gun trucks, all mounted with anti-aircraft guns, as well as locally fabricated armored-plated vehicles loaded with explosives and motorcycles. According to him, the troops successfully destroyed the locally fabricated armored-plated vehicles and neutralized more than 50 ISWAP terrorists.
Well, the Association of Bureau de Change Operators has said it will commence what is called Operation No Street Trading to stop the hawking of foreign exchange by BDC operators. The President APCON Aminu Gwadabe said it was part of the resolutions made unanimously by BDC directors at the meeting of the operators on Tuesday in Lagos. A copy of the resolution states, and it quotes, all operators ARW to collaborate in bringing down the forex rate in the market. Street trading by BDC should be discouraged, banned, and APCON should commence Operation No Street Trading. End of quote.
The Handball Federation of Nigeria has unveiled a final list of 16 players who will represent Nigeria at the Africa Women's Handball Championship scheduled to begin on June the 6th. Team Nigeria is expected to travel to Yaoundé, Cameroon on Friday, June the 4th. They will play in Group B against host Cameroon, DR Congo, and Kenya. Leading coach Rafiu Salami's team is Benue Queen's left back Dorothy Nyang and Prudent Energy Handball Premier League 2020 best goalkeeper Toyin Yusuf of Plateau Peacocks. The league champions, Adorable Angels of Kwara, provided Mohinat Yusuf and Urala Nuhu. Edo Dynamos, Alaska Palang, and Dinah Salo also made the list, among others.
Now on the foreign scene, as Libya approaches its December election, the country's former Interior Minister Fatai Pashaga, who is probable candidate, has warned the government not to delay the vote. The general election is set for December 24th, the 70th anniversary of Libya's declaration of independence. The vote is crucial as the country seeks to return to peace and security, but there are attempts to delay the polls. The parliamentary and the presidential elections are expected to take place at the same time.
A man who joined the January 6 attack on the U.S. Capitol carried a large red Trump flag onto the floor of the Senate, pleaded guilty Wednesday to a charge of obstructing an official proceeding as the Justice Department begins chipping away at some 450 cases related to the uprising. Paul Hopkins, 38, was the second person to plead guilty in what has been called an insurrection by supporters of President Donald Trump that shut down the Congress and stunned the country. The native of Tampa, Florida, traveled alone to Washington on the day that President Joe Biden's election victory over Trump was to be certified by Congress. Encouraged by statements from Trump, he and several hundred others stormed the Capitol and broke inside, injuring scores of police officers.
Now we'll call it a wrap on the news update. But before we go into the paper review, I'd like to say that our topic for today is very interesting. Its topic is discipline versus passion. Some persons study something in school and they're not practicing what they study. So we'd like to hear your thoughts on our comment session. But up next is the newspaper review. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming true unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your true unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix through unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. Through unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your through unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder bus stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070 66 63 8213 or 081 63 97 4447. Distributors
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
It's still the breakfast show here on iBrandTV, Thursday, and now time for us to bring you the headlines on some of today's Nigerian dailies. We've got in the house Femi Johnson Ayodele. Good morning, Femi.
I was expecting a kind of applause.
Oh, wow, okay.
Don't I deserve it?
I'm sure
Come on, give it. Go ahead and give it to me.
I'm sure the viewers are applauding already. Good morning, Femi.
Good
So-
morning. Thanks for having me.
All right.
Welcome.
So we are kicking off right away with the Nation. Banner headline there, police. We have, how we uncovered AK-47 production factory. Governors, security advisors, killers traced him to a restaurant. That's the rider. At the topmost portion of the paper, IPOP men gathering in Edo, says police. Boss. Foreign herders have camps in Southwest, says Amotekun boss. And Tinubu urges journalists to work with responsibility. Editors ask government to tackle insecurity. Got to stop there.
All right, now the Guardian paper. The top story says fireworks angered Trail Buhari's shock threats to secessionists, and also federal government hopeful of 3 trillion naira from marginal oil fields development. Beneath the paper says Nigeria leaders are heartless, says Kubab. Like more stories on page 5. And government raises hazard allowance for health workers, may review doctors' retirement age. Details on page 3. And next, Umahi orders arrest of ex-senator minister over communal clash. Page 7 has a story. APC convention not certain as Buni-led interim committee shows sign of staying. Page 14 has a story. And at the top of the paper, there's an editorial titled Federalism is the Answer After All, episode 32. And that's it for the Guardian.
The Sun, Daily Sun, Igbo abroad insists on restructuring fiscal federalism. Federal government fumes as Twitter pulls down Buhari's Civil War tweet. Rider, President writes to express his anger. Lai Muhammad, Fayoshe Mongalu, or mockery. Others knock government. Senate ends discrimination against poly graduates. Agitation for self-determination, not felony. A laughing for you. With Rider there, group backs presidency on stance against secessionists.
All right, now moving to the Punch paper from the top to the bottom. The top says, bankers there, EFCC, say we are not afraid to declare assets. Page 17 has the full story. And oil industry future at risk, Bakindo wants Nigeria and others. Food scarcity looms if open grazing continues, declares Okowa. We are not planning for airport concession for 30 years coming from the federal government. And Justin tackles Rivers chapter over resumption plans nationwide protest. And Forex news, APCON bans street hawking, moves to court rate. Page 18 has a story. Now the top story on the Punch says, Nigerians attack federal government. Government fumes as Twitter deletes Buhari's Civil War post. Rider saying, Buhari's tweets violates our rules, coming from the media firms, and post-proves president is a dictator, says Adebanjo. President's comments suggest violence may incite bloody reaction, coming from the SANs and CSOs, among others. Federal government threatens US firm, accuses Twitter of polarizing Nigeria, alleged mission suspicious. Now, details of all of this are on page 2 of the Punch paper. Moving further, 81 suspected kidnappers, bandits paraded, 17 AK-47 rifles recovered. Unilag fires lecturers mentioned in sexual harassment story. Details on page 8. Now, building collapse kills 3 Ondo fish sellers hiding from task force. Ocean Bank robbers flee as police. Hunters confront raiders. Casualties unknown. Foreign herdsmen in southwest forest likely to launch attacks, coming from Amotekun. 8 feared killed as truck rams into motorcycle in Lagos. Ogada riders kick. Page 4 and 5 has the full story. And finally, on the Punch paper, community panics as gunmen kill Fulani leaders in Kwara and Bogo shops. Details on page 9. Now moving to you, Femi Johnson. The top story on the Punch newspaper that says Nigerians attack federal government and government fumes as Twitter deletes Buhari's Civil War post. Now, the writers are saying Buhari's tweet violates our rules, coming from the media firm. And the federal government threatens US firm, accuses Twitter of polarizing Nigeria, alleged mission suspicious.
Well, in reaction to that, I want to strongly believe that tweet is not from the president. This is my personal opinion. The President Buhari you and I know, or that we are familiar with, is not the type that will usually engage Twitter or the social media. You know, it's unlike the former president of US, who used to do that often. And so I strongly believe this tweet is not his personal messages or his personal words. And I learned the words were lifted from some of his previous statements or the speeches he has made and all that. And for me, you know, since that thing gone viral yesterday, for the first time, the president was number 2, one of the 2 trends on Twitter yesterday. For me, I think that statement is not presidential, it's unpresidential, because for you to say those who are misbehaving now, you know, referring to the Biafran war that took place, and for him to have said that is a form of a way of inciting violence. And Twitter has this policy, they call it abusive behavior policy, which according to Twitter, that was what made them to pull that post, you know, the president contravening that kind of policy where you don't incite violence against an individual or a group of persons. You know, you remember the former US President Donald Trump used to do that a lot. He was accused of doing that. He was guilty of that. At a point, his Twitter accounts were suspended and at a point taken off finally because he was warned severally. So Twitter has that policy. And yesterday, they had to take down that post because they feel it violates that policy.
Well, you said you do not think it's from the president. Now, this is your personal opinion, but then the presidency has a verified Twitter account, and it is assumed that whatever comes from that account it communicates the president has, because this is not the first message that has been passed through that Twitter account, you know.
Yes, it came via the verified Twitter account of the president. For the president, we know, I'm sorry to say, he's not gifted with words. It's the kind of president, if you look at his pattern of delivering speeches, and then these speeches are being prepared by his media heads and all that. Most of the time, most of these words are not his personal choices or his personal words. So, and like I said, this was lifted from one of the statements he has made, some of the speeches that were prepared, you know, and then that were read, and they just lifted this paragraph. And for me, it's unnecessary because Nigeria is in a situation where the drum of war is looming, and then as a president, I don't think making that statement will result to peace, because these people, if you remember what happened, there's a region who is being accused of inciting this kind of violence, you know, for the past few weeks. And then when you talk about Biafra agitations, that can be traced to a particular region. Yeah. So if you are now saying you're going to deal with them the way they were treated some years back, it means you're telling them you're going to use some kind of force or some kind of violence, which I don't think it should come from the president. We're in a democratic setting. Of course, we are not trying to say that we are not trying to legislate some of these attacks, some of these utterances that are not, that are not patriotic. Yeah. But what we're trying to say as a president, we believe you should have this kind of refrain, this kind of maturity, this kind of patience, whereby even things are going badly, they usually say 2 wrongs will not make a right. If things are wrong, it's not for you to incite more violence by your statement and by your utterances. So for me, I think that statement was not necessary. And for the president, I would have preferred a situation the president would just apologize, delete it, and then we'll move on, rather than trying to justify it, because it's against that abusive behavior policy.
Here is a president who hardly speaks to his people.
Exactly.
Even when both people, home and abroad, will cry and itch to hear the president speak, he will hardly speak. Now he has come out to speak, and this is the direction he went.
Exactly.
Wouldn't you think this is what he's been trying to avoid all this while? Well, very briefly, because we have no time now.
You know, the president is a man of few words. He's a man of action, maybe because of his military background, and for the kind of person he is a conservative kind of person who doesn't like to be seen in the public, who doesn't like publicity, and for the kind of person he is. And so that's why I said I strongly believe these are not his words. Maybe some aides, maybe some of his social media aides are trying to do their work, and they feel, okay, he has made this statement in the past, or they stumble on one of his speeches being delivered recently, and they feel, okay, let me just lift it from one or 2 paragraphs and put it on his Twitter account. So that's why I said I strongly believe, because I know this kind of president to be a man of few words, and who is not gifted when it comes to letters.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Femi Johnson, for sharing your personal opinion, or what do you think the president said. All right, then we have to wrap up the segment. That was Femi Johnson, Ayodele, a public affairs analyst. We'll take a short break now, but after the short break, we'll bring, like I said earlier, would have the topic discipline versus passion. Want to know, you know, most people study this in school and then they are practicing this. Want to know what's driving them, what drove them. And if you have a story to share, please, we'll love to hear from you. The conversation continues on our social media platform and on the live chat below. We'd like to hear what you think. We'll take a short break now. We'll be back for this topic, so stay with us.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash.
Most people don't understand the magic of a perfect skin, the allure of a well-pampered skin. We bounce from skincare products to skincare products, from spa to spa. Looking for that ideal solution. I found the solution. And it's Blemiville Skincare and Spa. My name is Neil, and I'm proud to be a part of the Blemiville family.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming True unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your True unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix True unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your True unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder Bus Stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors
Swift.
It's all the Daybreak here on iBrandTV Thursday morning. And right here we are hitting you with the topic for the day. When you make your passion your job, then you don't have to work for the same job we're talking about. This thing, the best thing that can happen to anyone, which brings us to the topic. of discussion for today: discipline versus passion. Majority of us spend 4 years or even more studying a particular course in the university, but eventually end up doing something else. When asked, the answer is usually, "This is my passion." Well, to do justice to this very interesting topic here, we have the quartet of Success, Jidechi, Margaret,
Yeah.
and my very self. This is a very interesting topic. We want to hear from you. But in the meantime, listen to us. So guys,
Good morning, Michael.
let's put this where it belongs. Let's analyze it, break it down, and rebuild. Let's kick off with the female here.
We have two
Success here.
females
One of,
here.
okay, one of the two females here.
Yeah,
Success,
Success,
come on.
should go.
What's your take on this?
Well, I'd like to say that
The female in black, the female in red. Let's start with the
Okay.
female in
So
black.
I'd like to start by saying that the Nigerian educational system is heavily flawed. Yes. So sometimes people go in and study something and they end up not using that thing as in to win their daily bread. And this starts from just the entry process. Some people write JAM 5 times, 3 times. I know someone that has written JAM 9 times, you know. And then if they give you any course, say you're applying for medicine and they give you pharmacy, then you just say, okay, fine, at least I'm in the university, let me just manage and like see it through and get my degree, you know. But I really want to be a doctor, you know, and then you see people living lives that makes them unhappy. You see your mates that are doctors and you're like, I could have done this, but because of how flawed the system is, I'm doing pharmacy and I don't like pharmacy. And when we come to the arts, you see people that study geology, that study, for example, Falz the bad guy is a lawyer, but now he's singing, you know. It's not because, okay, law, people don't like law, just sometimes what we want to do, like actual science, you know, media business. There are courses abroad, you know, but we don't have that here. So what will prepare people to follow their passion, like going to school to read something that is your passion, is not readily available here in Nigeria. So we just go there, get our degree, come out, and then start looking for ways to equip ourselves to follow our passion. So that's my take on it.
Good.
And it's sad, very sad.
Very, very, very sad. Yeah, Jidechi. Of course, I can see the
thought
words
you were
written
going to
all
let
over
the
you.
lady in red go.
No, let's go.
Okay,
let's go this
but
route.
I think I agree with say 100% of what she said. Although that's not the only thing. It's just one of the things. Let's not forget one of the major things that also lead to this discipline versus passion thing in Nigeria is parenting. We know that many people that study what they studied was not because it's what they wanted to study, but because they were pushed into it. So why success raised the part of what the university eventually, or what the system eventually pushes you to study, there's also the part of what your parents push you to study. We hear stories of how people are doctors, not because they want to be doctors, but because they were forced to be doctors, how people are engineers, how people are studied law, studied these other courses, professional courses in quotes, not because it's what they wanted to study, but because they were forced into studying it. Then I also think there's also the cases of people eventually finding out, discovering what they want to do with their life at the later stages of their life. Maybe they might study what they wanted to, which I would say is my own case. They might study what they have wanted to study, but eventually they figure out what they want to do with themselves later on. So these are some of the many issues that lead to people, especially in a country like Nigeria, not practicing what they studied in university. And
No,
added, I think it's sad.
Yeah, while agreeing to the fact that parents contribute to this, that's not the main thing, if you ask me.
Okay.
You see some of us even going after the courses that we want to do, that we have passion for, but at the end of the day, there are no jobs. So lack of employment, that
Now
is,
that's even another.
do you understand? So when you leave school, you come out with whatever degree no, irrespective of your level of performance in the academic field, you come out and there is no job that has that bears relevance to what you
But
studied.
if that's the case,
That's the thing,
I don't think that now falls under passion. That just falls under, do we say career at this point, or what are we going to place it under? That
No,
falls
studying
under-
a particular course,
No,
studying a
that's when-
particular
this
course
is-
and coming
this is-
out finding no job to do that is related to that course.
So in this case, no, what we are saying is, according to what you're saying, in this case, the person studied what they wanted to study.
Yes.
What we raised is the cases of where you study something that is not what
You are
you
passionate
intended to study in the university. Now, what you're talking about is when you've studied your passion.
Okay.
You graduate from the university and there are no jobs for you to pursue a career in that passion of yours. That's a totally different ball game.
Okay.
So
Now,
I think that's the
okay.
thing.
I see the perspective.
I think
Okay.
people also build their passions along the line. They build their passions in their career. Like, okay, success raised the point, which I agree with totally. Judicious raised another point, because I was even going to talk about the part of parenting. Parents want their kids to study a particular kind of course or to have a particular kind of career line, but then the kids might even end up, initially you do not want to do it, then you go into there and you find out that you actually love that. I didn't study journalism, mass communication. I studied theater art. Initially I wanted to be a doctor. I still have an opportunity to be a doctor I could still want to be a doctor if I have an opportunity. I was actually a science student from my secondary school days till the beginning of secondary school.
So when did you find out that you loved?
Because I wrote the WAEC examination, and in the whole school, only my own certificate was the only one that was withheld. And after months, it was cancelled. I don't know the reason till date. And the next time I was like, oh, okay, medicine, I'm done with you now. I need to go into school. And I went for art courses, and surprisingly I passed, and I studied theater art, and I grew to love theater art. I did not want to study theater art. Now I am in this field, and I'm loving I'm grateful that I didn't even pass then, but then it was devastated.
So that's the same thing he's mentioning, that sometimes people have midlife crisis, and then okay, you start up and you are doing something, you think you like it, and then you go in, this is not really what I want to do. And sometimes it's vice versa. You hate it so much, but maybe your parents have forced you to do it, and then later on you end up like
I spoke with someone who worked for an NGO. He had worked in a bank, and funny enough, he studied medicine now. The medicine is like the dream of every parent. I want my child to be a doctor. He studied medicine. He wanted to study medicine. He studied medicine. But he came out, and the first job he had was obviously a volunteering job for an NGO, and then he grew to love it. And today I asked him, would you still want to be, you're a medical personnel, fine. He has his certificate. I asked him, would you still want to be a doctor? Medicine. They're like, no. I'm like, why did you have to spend all the years in school, housemanship and all of that? He said, I thought I would have loved to be a doctor, but I think I love this career path even more than medicine. So I think it's individual choices, the fact that we still have parents influencing their child's decision, but your choice is really, if you really calm down. People also enter professions and realize that they don't still like it. So I think it's
now placed on a scale. Okay, passion far outweigh discipline.
Obviously.
So I think the best thing to do for parents, watching out there, is to allow their kids, watch their kids as they grow. Try as much as possible to find what their passions are, and then gear whatever study they're going to do eventually in life towards that.
But
and they come out,
I think
perfect
I think the reason parents do, because that it's going to beget the question, is your passion really something that can take care of you? And I think that's where parents want to
not these days anymore. Not these days anymore.
Who would have thought football can take care of people now?
That's exactly what I was going to talk about.
They
like
do understand some of
these
things, and I think that's why they do some of what they do. They feel, well, say the Nigerian of before, they feel the professional courses are the only things that, and let's be very frank, as a parent, you want the best for your child. You want your child to be able to take care of themselves in the future. I mean, I studied mechanical engineering.
Did your parents ask you to study that?
No. I actually did out when I was younger. Okay, originally what I wanted to study as a kid was architecture, but eventually architecture and engineering are also in the same line. So eventually I also had this love for cars, and that's where I delved into engineering eventually, because I think what I will always blame is the fact that in secondary school everybody is all about the science classes and everything. So I eventually delved into architecture when I negated the fact that I was a very good writer. I was that science student in secondary school that was graduating as the best English student. So that type of thing, I negated all those.
Who was that?
I myself.
Because I was not there.
So I didn't get to understand that this is not exactly what I wanted. So, but what I'm saying is, yes, engineering is a very well-paying field, same as medicine, same as law.
Same as law? Are you? Do you know?
Well,
we
not
can't
law
tell.
in Nigeria per se, but
That's medicine in Nigeria too.
okay. But let's just look at it as these are some of the
Professional.
professions that pay the highest when you talk about career.
I would say they have the most prestige.
Yeah, not
Well,
paid
well,
the
well,
highest.
well, well,
There are
okay, yeah,
business
okay.
people that.
That
Of
actually
course.
earn more
Oh
than-
my
No,
goodness.
I'm talking about not in the current dispensation. I'm trying to
Yeah.
bring back what was with
Okay.
parents always forcing their children into these fields in the Nigeria of before.
Oh, yesterday.
So, why I was raising this is I think parents should actually be cut some slack, but at the same time, these same parents should understand that people tend to thrive better when they function in a field that is something they are passionate about.
Let me tell you why parents sometimes push their children, because they want to be able to say, oh, you know that my daughter, oh, she's a doctor. Oh, my son.
I don't think
I'll
it's,
tell
I
you-
don't think
okay,
it's
okay,
always.
I'll
to-
understand.
to be
I'll-
frank, I
okay,
don't
it's
think it's
true.
always.
Okay, now
true.
let me raise the point now. My mom wanted me to be a doctor because she did nursing, and for some reason she wanted someone. My other sister who knew math more than I. My mom is a math guru. My dad is more of an English guru. He does not know math. So my other staff with the math, I'm not the math person. I was even better with physics and chemistry than math. I didn't like, further math was the worst. I didn't like it. So my mom wanted me to be a doctor. Later on, I chose pharmacy. And then I still wanted to be a doctor, a neurosurgeon, actually. Neurosurgery, I wanted to do that. So when that incident with WAEC happened and I didn't get what I wanted to get, and one of the times I was just, my parents know this one, she likes book, she likes school. So one of the times, I remember that day in her shop, she owns a restaurant and bar, so there was something playing on the TV. I am a natural entertainer. Naturally, I am an entertainer. So I was singing along and I was dancing. I was like, why not go and study theater art? She just said it. She said, she looked at me. I was just singing and dancing. I took the remote. I was acting like the performer.
So, or
It
you mean
always happens.
all this changed in just that moment?
Statement. I knew. Okay, the result didn't come out. I was so happy, but I knew I was going to write another exam, probably medicine again. I really wanted to do medicine. I loved to do medicine. She made me love to do medicine. And then she just said that thing. Why not just go and why not just do theater? It will fit you. And that was the big, she said it casually. And I studied theater art.
And now there's
And I'm glad for that.
You did.
Didn't even know she's
now the
pushing.
other side of the coin. I know somebody who went to school to study economics. Because the father was pushing. In fact, the father was pushing the elder sister to study economics. That one is a rebel, so she refused, ran away. This one was like, okay, fine. I'm the last one. Let me just do what this man wants.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Success was so
Yeah,
shocked.
sorry, for want of time.
I was very shocked.
there
That's
is-
on earth.
Okay, you know what? Let's just allow her finish her statement. Okay, briefly.
No, the thing is, sometimes he studied it and later on found out that he's into computers. Now the father is regretting that he didn't let him follow his passion early enough, you know. Very good. IT kills it. And this thing is paying in this 21st century. It is paying bigger than even doctors and lawyers and engineers are earning,
Well,
you know.
Okay, now, for want of time,
We have
we
to
would
wrap
have
up
gone on
this
and on and
Yeah.
on talking. The whole of the day wouldn't have been enough.
Yeah.
Talk
Now, what's your
about
what's your parting shot there?
My parting shot is, please, parents, do not try to live out your dreams through your children.
Yeah.
They try to do that a lot.
Did they cheat?
That's a very strong one. I would like to say, for the people who are chasing passion, it's important to chase passion, but as we grow, I think we also learn things. And one of the things I've also learned as I'm growing is the fact that your passion might not always be it. You have to really discover what would make it for you in life.
Margaret?
Oh, well, I was thinking you'd say your own pattern shot first of all, but what I would just say in few words is I'd like to emphasize the importance of prayer, because once we try to choose our path for ourselves, is it aligning with God's plan for us? It's more like you having a circle and God's plan for you is in a rectangular form. It won't fit. But if God's plan is in a circle form, your own plan is circle form, because it aligns with God's plan, it would easily fit. As much as planning is okay, asking God to know what his plan. I am glad I studied theater. I'm glad I'm in this field. I'm glad I'm not even a doctor, because it was God used my mother to speak to me, and trust me, today
Hallelujah.
It's working. Well,
I was going to ask you, one of those that are not believers.
Well, you pray to what I'm a
Question-
believer, and
question
I can
for
also.
that.
All right,
that's
thank
the
you so much,
discussion for
guys.
that. There's no doubt.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jidechi. Thank you.
Yes,
Success. Thank you,
so
Marco.
much.
Hello.
And but then success is not leaving us so soon.
I'm not.
Because he has Entertainment Corner bringing us with what's happening in the world of entertainment. This conversation doesn't end here. It continues on our social media platform. We'd love to hear from you. So we'll take a short break now. When we come back, the beautiful Success Caminos is standing by for Entertainment Corner. Stay with us. True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming True unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your True unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix True unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your True unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder bus stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors
fresh from the farm, e good for body, no chemical at all. This na real banga. No more wahala or pandy wash it. Just put on for fire and your food is ready. Everybody follow me chop banga, hey banga, oh. Make you follow me chop
Banga cook don easy. Banga na palm fruit wey dem comot, put am inside can. You fit use banga cook any kind soup wey you like, and other food dem like rice, beans and even yam. Na Pali Agro Product Limited dem dey manufacture am. For distribution, make you call 070-666-38213. Banga, for make your food yummy.
Oh boy, winning you was so easy.
I just couldn't stand those your powerful shots. That's what happened.
Really? Let's go to my place for dinner.
This fufu is so nice.
It's True unripe plantain flour.
True unripe plantain flour is delicious.
Yes, True unripe plantain flour is what I serve my husband for swallows. It's easy to prepare, fortified with vitamin A, low in sugar and cholesterol, rich in fiber that helps the heart, builds and strengthens the bone, and his energy level is boosted boosted.
Through unripe plantain flour, no additives, 100% natural, a product of Pali Agro Products Nigeria. Through unripe plantain flour, available in all leading stores.
Welcome back. This is still iBrand Daybreak. Welcome to the entertainment corner. My name is Success Keminus. Now, every car you see is on credit. Big Brother Niger's giftee. Okay, giftee. Now, popular Cameroonian singer and entrepreneur Densia has taken to social media to show off her latest Rolls Royce worth $500,000. She also made it known that the latest edition is the third of the luxury cars in her garage, and also made sure to shade singers Davido and Burna Boy while at it. Now, reality TV star Gifty Powers could not help but address the increasing display of wealth by her colleagues on social media. According to the reality star, celebrities need to take it easy so they don't put unnecessary pressure on their fans. Now, Gifty says celebrities buy cars on credit. In a post via her Instagram story channel, she expressed amusement over the fact that people buy cars and act like they're the only ones that can achieve the feat. She continued by urging her colleagues to take it easy. Gifty revealed to the public that regardless of the chosen path of entertainment, any celebrity who flaunts an expensive car on social media got it on credit. Her words, not mine. Okay, she explained that the car is paid for in installments every month, as individuals dare not pay for the car at once for fear of the authorities. She also made sure to note that she did not make her statement out of hate for anybody. We hear you, but she had to just get it out of her chest. Now, some comments read, Sheon Dream says, Namumu, they let what they see on social media tension them. You're doing just fine. Keep grinding. Misbehave says, lol, she's definitely pressured. She's speaking for herself. Lol, madam will do more if she can. Okay, Ijoma Ilechuku says, envy, is that you? Now, Gifty is not one to shy away from controversy, and this is coming shortly after she went on a tirade on social media where she blasted people for not liking her children's pictures as she posted them. So I will just say, calm down, Gifty, and congratulations to you, Densia, representing the females, you know, the girls. Now, don't look for validation online, Joe Boy. Popular Nigerian music star Joe Boy has taken to his social media page to give his fans a piece of important advice. Taking to his Twitter page, the Don't Call Me Back crew addressed fans against searching for self-worth online. According to him, social media is the last place for people to seek validation. It is no longer news that a number of people are moved by the things they see online, are also tempted to keep up appearances by looking successful when they actually aren't. Now, the tweet read, social media is the last place to look for self-worth, kings and queens. And in no time, fans shared their position on this, most people calling him wise and other beautiful thing. And I think that is the way to go. Don't pressure yourself because of what you see online. Now, finally, internet users dragged TV presenter Piers Morgan for criticizing Naomi Osaka's withdrawal from a French Open. Now, many social media users are reacting to presenter Piers Morgan's stance on tennis star Naomi Osaka, who has withdrawn from the French Open tournament, citing mental health concerns. The British presenter has received criticism from many sport fans on social media around the globe, as many people are fully supportive of the Japanese sports star Osaka. After attacking Meghan Markle in the same fashion some weeks ago, social media users have argued that Osaka has the right to choose who she speaks to. Now, Morgan took to Twitter to share a column he penned for the Daily Mail, and his views have been worrisome to social media users. Now, Morgan lashed out at Naomi after he called her a brat for refusing to speak to the media in order to protect her mental health. Some comments read, if she doesn't want to do press, then she doesn't do press. Quite simple. Watch some of the presses after games. They are a joke, utterly pathetic, with questions designed to elicit an extreme response. It is a total, I don't know what that says anymore, but we get what he's trying to say, and that is from, yes, a woman, Fiona Rogers 3, saying she has the right to say whatever she wants. Now, Paul Fillingham says this fella who chose to walk away from criticism, saying, quote, that is it, I've had enough, is offering advice on petulance. Okay, this person really went below belt. Now, you remember when Piers Morgan said, okay, on a live show, was like, I'm done, that's all, and he was really upset by what his co-host said, and now he's coming out to call someone out over not talking to the press, which is very, very bad. Now, make sure to interact with us on the live chat and tell us what you think about all these stories. Margaret, it's back to you.
Oh, I thank you so much, Success, for that interesting entertainment corner. Now we'll move over to Twitter. You know, there's this thing on Twitter, United African Republic, and they're trying to change the name of Nigeria, well, to United African Republic. And now Timida Kolo came up to say, you know, he had a song, Great Nation, one of the songs that it's really an amazing song. So he now said, he tweeted and said, now that you people are planning to change Nigerian's name to United African Republic, what will I do with my Great Nation song? Well, they stress me too much. Then Wale Adetona said, renaming the country United African Republic will not change anything. People just want security, lights, good roads, and a working economy. Is that too much to ask for? No, I do not think that's too much to ask for. And then Nafertiti, as First Leadership said, United African Republic, in their thinking, United is the reason the United States of America is progressing. Nigeria have no business with bicameral legislature. It's too expensive, waste of scarce resources. The Senate is enough. And then moving further, there's a picture there then showing United African Republic trying to hide from the debts Nigeria is owing China. Now the picture is on Twitter there. That's the picture showing on your screen right now. Trying to hide from the, you know, Nigeria is currently owing China. So maybe they change it to United African Republic. Nigeria would be the one owing, that country will be the one owing again. Nigeria now is now the one that's going to be owing China. And the next one, Uncle Pamelarin said, so our problem as a country is how to change name from Nigeria to United African Republic. This is the height of madness. Now, that's what he said. Well, I do not think our problem is to change Nigerians' name. Well,
to United African Republic, and then we'll stop. All our debts will just go away.
Someone just said, you know, they think that's the reason why United States of America is progressing because of the United Arab Emirates. They're progressing. Maybe the United will work for us.
Who knows?
If I told Nigeria is going to change its name,
oh my goodness,
I would rather go for United Nigeria because there is no unity.
The truth is,
no peace.
It's just totally unnecessary, and it screams misplaced priority.
Okay, now if you change the name from from Nigeria to United African Republic, if I say I'm a Nigerian, what will I say I am now? I mean United.
No, if you say you are from United African Republic, you not say you are what? United African.
No, United African Republic.
Republican.
Oh wow! So now, thank you, Success. Thank you, Michael. Now there's a quote saying from Jim Raw. It says, either you run the day, or the day runs you. Either you run the day or the day runs you. Reminds me of something someone said, something funny, said, do something before something do you. Well, that's on a lighter note, but it's always important you run your day. Do not allow your day to run you. Join us again tomorrow for another interesting segment. It's going to be a Friday tomorrow, and we are excited, and we're going to be on your screen, gratefully gracing your screen. My name is Margaret Opera.
And my name is Success Cam. This has been fantastic on the show.
Michael not here. Have a great day.
Bye for now.